looks like a game that you would get at a mass market store from Gigamic. And you know what? Maybe it will be in a mass market store. Look at this. I like the box for line. I don't know why. It's kind of a weird one to put on your shelf. But the cards of this are a little generic. They're just colored cards, different suits. And you're trying to play a little bit of Racco with these cards. Let me show you. Each turn of the game, you will turn over cards that are equal to the number of players plus 2. And then starting with the start player, which is going to change each round, one person is going to take a card, then the next person will take a card, then the next person will take a card. The 2 cards that are not taken are placed in a pile above the token that matches that one. So as the game goes by, these piles are going to grow in number. Meanwhile, when someone takes a card, they'll place it in front of them. After that point, each card that they play has to be either descending or ascending once you start. So for example, I played 96. Now that I played a 61, this card is going to be descending. I could play this 38. I could then play a 37 after that, but I could not play a 73. And in fact, if I have a 73 and I have to play it, then I'm going to be forced to score my line and start a new line with this number. You can put a card in your hand. You can have up to 2 cards in your hand, and you can play one of those cards on your turn. Also, when you play your 3rd card of a color, so let's say I do play 37, this is my 3rd red card, you get all the cards that are above that token, and you're going to be able to score them. Now, at some point, you're going to decide to score your line, because you're forced to, or you just want to. When you score your line, 3 cards are going to be discarded, and the rest of them then become points for you, added to your point pile. If you get a bonus card, you can add a bonus card to your line. Let's say 3 is my first card, and then I put a +5 here. That means I need to have at least 5 more cards that are going to ascend after this. So 4 seems like a good start. I don't think I'm going to make it now. When you're forced to score, or you decide to score, if you do have 5 cards after this, or 4 cards, or whatever the number is, you will take a token and keep it for scoring at the end of the game. If you don't, you will get a minus token and score it at the end of the game. You will continue to do this until you go through the entire pile, and whoever has the most points is the winner. Line It is a very simple game. We're talking maybe Uno simple, a little bit more than that. And there's a few things about it that I think are a little off. And for example, those bonus cards, they're great at the beginning of the game. Near the end of the game, they show up. No one drafts one because you can't finish them near the end. But that's it. Other than that, this game is just joyful to me. This is the kind of game that's easy for anybody to play. This is the kind of game I would take and play with people at a nursing home, I think, because just put out cards, draft them. You're trying to put them in a line. You might, when you can't put one in a line, then what card do you pick? You're like, oh, my lowest card is 47. You're going downwards. And, oh, there's no 46 out there. There's a 23. I don't want to take a 23. So you know what I'm going to do? There's a 98 out there. I'm going to take that into my hand and just keep it so that when I bust eventually, I have a really high card to start with. Or sometimes I'm like, I'm about to bust, but you know what? I'm going to jump down 30 numbers or jump up 30 numbers to take a card that's the 3rd card of a color so that I can get that pile out there. Now, making this game sound like it has tons more strategy than it does. It's not that complex, but it's simple, enjoyable fun. I thought it works really well with 2 players back and forth. It's the kind of game you can play with your friend or your partner at night and just kind of just chill and have a good time. So this one gets a 7.5 for me. It's really, really simple and light, but I enjoyed it all the way.